The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will have its first game next Saturday. Well, I guess that would be this Saturday at home. I believe it's on NBC at 7 or 7:30. But we finally back. So the off-season championships and all the enjoyment of winning the championship, it's time to put it to the side a little bit and get back to playing football to try to defend the championship. You get what I'm saying? So let's just get into it. Back with the pregame analysis. So Fresno State was 10-4 last year. Their head coach, Jeff Tedford, he took a leave from the team, so they got an interim coach, Tim, what's his name? Tim Skipper, I believe. I believe that's his name. But they had a pretty good offense last year. They were in the top 25 for passing had 282 yards per game passing. The quarterback, Mikey Keene, he's pretty good. He gets rid of the ball pretty fast. He had 24 TDs, 2,900 passing yards. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. Their running back, Malik Sherrod, he had 966 yards, 9 TDs. He's like 5'8", 173. So he's scat backish. That's scat back size, but they have a pretty veteran offensive line, and their defense has some talent, but what's the caliber of talent? Their defense ranked below average last year. But with that being said, Michigan coming into this game, what do we want to do? What does Michigan want to do? And this is my opinion on what I think they should do or maybe will do. I think now of course you want to come out and establish the run as far as Michigan goes on offense, because that's the big question. Well, what's the offense? So you want to establish the run like normal, and of course, Fresno State is probably going to have 8 in the box, not knowing exactly what Michigan wants to do. They want to run it. You'll see about everything else. So they'll probably have 8 guys in the box off top. Most teams do that, have been doing that the last 3-4 years against Michigan. So there's no difference there. The big thing with Michigan, you want to, before anything, you don't want to get in a dogfight with Fresno State before you got to play Texas. That's just not something, you never want to do that. You want to get up and get out of this game early and healthy. You don't want to get in a dogfight against this team. The later it goes, the worse it is for Michigan in the long run. You know what I mean? So the big thing is, of course, you want to establish the run. And whoever's the quarterback, because we won't know until they trot out there pretty much, whether it's Orji or Davis Warren, you want to get him comfortable. You want to get him comfortable early, with some easy throws so he can get his confidence. And you don't want him to have to do too much in this game. You just want him to build his confidence up to where he feels good about everything that you're trying to do. And then so he's really confident for next week of going against Texas. You don't want to put him in a position to make mistakes to where he's second guessing himself going against big time competition in 2 weeks. So, but with that being said, I think you want to, another thing Michigan should probably try to do in this game is you want to throw that deep ball. If that's something you plan on doing, you want to throw that deep ball. So Texas, a lot of this stuff is setting things up for Texas. So you want to be able to throw that deep ball so Texas second guesses like, okay, we can't just load up the box. We can't just load up on the box on Michigan. We have to, this is actually a threat that they can throw that deep ball with the run game, run the ball, play action, throw deep. That's how it goes. So that's the big thing. And with that being said, that's something that you want to try to execute and put on film for Texas, because all they're going to have to go off of is really this film from the Fresno State game. Now, Fresno State on offense, what they want to do is kind of like what what they want to do and what they kind of do is kind of like what Maryland tried to do against us last year, the quick game. And their quarterback, he's pretty good at it, the quick game. You know what I'm saying? The problem is going against Michigan's defense. It's just going to be hard to consistently do that. And also, this is a good game for Wink Martindale to get, he's back in college now. He's calling the game to get his feet wet. And the thing that I like about playing Fresno State, and they have a pretty good quarterback, and they're going to be throwing that quick game, is that also prepares you for Texas, coming out, going against an opponent that if they want a chance to win, they need to try to establish the run, because you're not going to be able to just dink and dunk Michigan and beat them. You're going to have to be able to establish that run and run it consistently if you want to win. If they can't, which I don't think they will be able to, they're going to have to rely on that quick game, and it's going to be ball game, which it should be. It's just, how long will it take? I know some people think, oh, Michigan is overconfident, and the fans, and this is the thing, and I see a lot of people do this. There's a difference between the fan base being cocky and expecting a blowout or being overconfident, and the players. Michigan's been second guessed all offseason. So I don't think the team and the players are going to come out in this game overconfident against Fresno State. I don't think that's the case. I think they're focused to prove that just because JJ and Blake and some of all those guys that left are gone, that don't mean we're going to be garbage. We're coming out here to execute and try to defend this championship. So I think the team isn't overlooking Fresno at all. I think they're ready to let people know that, yeah, we're for real. So I would expect that maybe in the beginning you might have some mistakes, whether that's on defense, miscommunication, things like that, and then by second quarter or mid first quarter, Michigan's defense starts to really tighten it up, and slowly just cut Fresno's water off to where you get nothing. One of those second half sometime, but this game, this is actually a really good, I don't want to call it a warm up game. It's a really good first game with Texas coming in week 2. It's a good game to prepare you with the quick game, because that's probably some stuff that Quinn Ewers and Sarkisian are going to try to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Michigan's going to come out vanilla in this one. They're not going to show their hand too much with Texas coming in, but they're going to have to show some things. You want the offensive line to gel and show that they're consistent in the run game while also protecting the passer, their quarterback. But I think you want to see that quarterback get comfortable, make some good throws, hopefully hit a deep ball. So Texas is like, oh, okay, they do have a quarterback that can make those throws, and we're not just going to be able to leave 8 in the box. They'll actually be able to beat us, because everybody thinks Michigan won't be able to throw it at all. So that's what I think happens, whether it's Davis Warren or Alex Orji. If it's Davis Warren, we know we're going to see Alex Orji still, but I don't know who it's going to be right now, I think it's going to be Orji, but I have been thinking a little bit about them maybe starting Davis Warren. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know, ain't no point in speculating. We'll find out in a week, Saturday night. But for the most part, that's what I got on this one. You just want to see the team. You really want to see this team, Michigan, come out clicking and have Fresno State demoralized going into halftime, and it's pretty much game over mid third quarter. That's what you want to see. You know, will you see it with so many new parts coming in? We'll find out. But that's what you want to see, is them come out clicking and go into win this game pretty comfortably and have that confidence going into Texas. You do not want this game going into the fourth quarter anywhere close, because with so many new players, it's possible that you could slip up and lose if it gets that far. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal, though. Get up and get out early. I don't think Fresno State is gonna have this one close in the late third, fourth quarter. I just don't think it's gonna be like that. Not with that defense, and not the way Michigan grinds you out, because I think that offensive line is gonna be able to get a good push on them. So that's pretty much it right there. This one is setting up that Texas game. That's why I'm talking about Texas so much, because this is the first game with new offensive coordinator, new head coach, new defensive coordinator. So you want to let these guys get a little something under their belt before going into Texas. You know, get a little something, get a little rhythm going, and everybody get confidence that's kind of new to this. Whether that's Alex Orji, the offensive line, Wink Martindale, and Sharon Moore being the real head coach. You know, so that's what this game is about. I don't see Fresno really giving Michigan a dog fight or anything like that. It might be close early, maybe going into halftime, and then third quarter, Michigan slowly squeezes the life out of them, and it's over. You know, so that's what I got on this one, y'all. I'm gonna try to keep these pregame videos a little shorter, unless it's a big game, where the Texas video next week will probably be pretty long, you know, depending. But, you know, the bigger games, we're going to really flesh out more. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan